It was an impressive performer right from the start. A big, heavy, twin-engine fighter, one that, like all of the combat jets that we've seen in the display today, has over the years seen extensive upgrades, a whole host of different versions being produced. But here we see what was at one stage basic air superiority fighter variant, albeit one that has now emerged in upgraded form as something of a multi-role platform, and we see it being contributed by an Air Force that hasn't displayed this aircraft at the Air 2 or any British air show for 18 years. Riat 99 was the last occasion. Well, we're about to feel the power of its two Lyulka, now Saturn AL31F turbofan engines, giving 27,700 pounds of thrust each in afterburner and affording this aeroplane a maximum speed just in excess of Mach 2 at altitude. The type first flew in prototype form on the 20th of May 1977. 8 years later, the aircraft entered squadron service with the then Soviet Air Force. But it's carried on equipping the Russian armed forces in the post-Soviet era and a variety of other former Soviet states. And here we see it powering up for takeoff. This one from the Ukrainian Air Force, the Sukhoi Su-27P1M, the flanker. About 4.5 years today. Reconnaissance platform of the Royal Norwegian Air Force over the Barents Sea, but when flankers started appearing at Western Air displays beginning at the Paris Air Show in 1989, they from the 831st Guards Tactical Aviation Brigade of the Ukrainian Air Force stationed at Fairford. The Soviets have a single fighter interceptor regiment on Ukrainian soil flying the Sukhoi Su-15TM. As of 1991, that unit had started to replace the Su-15s with Su-27s. That process upon the end of the breakup of the USSR. The Ukrainian Air Force took on 67 flankers upon independence, and they continued serving in the same roles as they had in Soviet times. Most of the Ukrainian Su-27s are based at Fairford in central Ukraine, where this aircraft comes from, and are the main providers of Ukrainian air defense. This one has recently been upgraded. When they're given a general overhaul, they receive new camouflage, this so-called digital pixel applied in blue on the Su-27. This is an upgraded Su-27 P1M variant. Has a satellite navigation system, new instrument landing system, a transponder allowing international ops under the regulations of ICAO, the International Civil Aviation Organization, and this reportedly provides an air-to-ground capability too. The work's being done locally at the Zaporozhye State Air Repair Plant. Of great interest to you and your air defender colleagues in the Cold War.
Yeah, it was something we certainly knew on the Phantom that was going to make our eyes water if we ever came head to head with it. I've been on the front lines for 2 years when it first appeared in Paris, and up to that point we had to make do with grainy black and white photos and aircraft recognition posters to try and familiarise us with it. But certainly when it appeared at Paris, there were a lot of people there with stopwatches timing its 360-degree turn to work out actually what its rate of turn was, and it didn't disappoint. Another great slow-speed flypast by this huge, great aircraft, and for those to the left of the crowd, you can see that massive air brake just behind the canopy, helping the aircraft to slow down.
Some of the newer production flanker variants incorporate thrust. There's the Su-30 multi-role two-seater, the much upgraded single-seat Su-35. Platypus-nosed strike jet version. This Su-27 one of about 35 still operational with the Ukrainian Air Force.
Absolutely awesome rate of acceleration there, probably equivalent to about 20 knots per second, which is the equivalent of 0 to 60 in 3 seconds in a high performance car. Truly outstanding for an aircraft of this size.
Standard armament, much as Su-27s carried in the Cold War times, the medium-range R-27 and short-range R-73 air-to-air missile, the maximum of 10 in all, plus it's got an internal 30mm cannon. There are 2 Ukrainian flankers here, this a single-seater, we've also got a 2-seater in the static display, also upgraded, together with the Aviation Il-76 Candid transport that accompanied them here to Fairford. The big air brake deployed as Colonel Alexander Oksanchenko, who's been the Ukrainian flanker display pilot since 2011, brings this aircraft into land. He and his mount from the 833rd Guard Tactical Aviation Brigade of the Ukrainian Air Force at Fairford. A memorable air-to-2 return for the Sukhoi 27. And the twin drag chutes of the 227 P1M bringing his display to a close. But the final item is to the British Army Air Corps.